Good afternoon and welcome to a PCL soccer semifinal matchup between Lasalle and St. Joseph's Prep. Today I'm joined by my color analyst AJ Farrington. AJ, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. We're sitting at about mid-60s right now at Lasalle University. I think it's going to be a great game of PCL soccer. We saw this matchup happen 2-3 weeks ago at Penn Park, and it was a 2-0 win for St. Joe's Prep. And I think it's going to be interesting to see the bounce back from Lasalle. I mean, they say you lose twice, especially with teams this close, but only time will tell, Reno.
Yeah, I mean, St. Joe's Prep obviously feeling a little comfortable today. They beat LaSalle 2-0, as you said. They just won their first round game 4-0 against Archbishop Wood. LaSalle's going to be hungry. They just lost to St. Joe's Prep, and narrow win against Archbishop Ryan. They're going to want to come out here and prove a point and prove to themselves that they are here and that they deserve to be here.
Absolutely. Like you mentioned, that tough win against Ryan. It was a pretty gritty one, I think. Really, what we see from Archbishop Ryan soccer a lot in the postseason, those real hard-fought wins. We saw that, although they lost this past time. We saw that actually against the St. Joe's Prep squad last year, going down in penalties against Ryan. But very different St. Joe's Prep team this year. Very successful St. Joe's Prep team. Surprising a couple people as well along the way.
It is a very successful St. Joe's Prep team. I mean, this is the first time in our 4 years that St. Joe's Prep made it out the first round.
That is true.
Yeah, you gotta be excited for them, don't you?
Absolutely. As two past players ourselves, feeling a little bit of pride, right here. So, looking for a pretty good contest here so far.
As the teams are now getting ready to kick off. We have the referees waiting to kick off.
All Catholic honor Liam Waldron, it seems, to take this kick. Shout out to him, along with an All Catholic for Will Powers and Timmy Comey.
Those came out.
They did.
Well, congratulations to them.
And Ethan as well, I believe, received an All Catholic. We have a few All Catholics on the LaSalle side as well.
Yeah, no, overall these are two very impressive teams. I'm very excited to see this. It'll be a great matchup, especially in the semifinals of the playoffs. We now await the whistle. Whistle blows. Liam Waldron freezes at the kickoff. Bring it back, and now we kick off. Oh, no, we do not.
Yes.
Oh, we are bringing it back.
Yeah, Reno, they have a nickname for our center ref here today. They call him Hector the Ejector. I know him quite well. A very good friend of my father, and he doesn't play any games around here. So
no, he does not. Seems like we'll have a very, very good game today. St. Joe's Prep kicks off. Ball's in the middle. Header. Oh, LaSalle gives it away to Franny Seaman.
Yeah, it's kind of a contested 50-50 ball up there, between the forward and the center back in there, and it's an easy claim there for Franny.
Franny gets the ball out. Wide left. St. Joe's Prep moving the ball around their back right now. Looking for something around the sidelines, it seems. But right now, just comfortable knocking around their back four, and their holding midfielder today, Henry Landgraf. Still just moving it around. LaSalle starting to press now. The Prep forces something. Ball's up in the middle. Timmy Comey wins the header. Liam Waldron with the ball. Prep moving forward. Liam Waldron with the through ball and given away to LaSalle goalkeeper Grant Keifner.
Yeah, it was a good breakdown there from Liam Waldron, looking for Noah Pop running into that channel on the right side. Just a little miss there on that pass.
Yeah, it's gonna be very important today for St. Joe's Prep's timing, and as of right now, the timing isn't working out too well. LaSalle moving the ball around their back line right now. Also looking for something down the line. They have it. Ethan Zagraficus playing tight. LaSalle moving the ball back. Still just moving it around now, moving around their back line. Looking for something. They're pretty content with moving around their back line right now, though. Liam Waldron beginning to press. We'll see this pretty continuously with St. Joe's Prep strikers.
I would guess so, yes.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that insight, AJ.
All right, bro.
LaSalle still moving the ball around their back line. Still just looking for something. Not forcing anything. Starting to get something going here. Oh, nice tackle by Ethan Zagraficus again. St. Joe's Prep moving the ball down the line. Into the middle. Nice 50-50 there. LaSalle comes out with it. LaSalle with the ball. Approaching the Prep's 18. High press. Very well done by St. Joe's Prep to win the ball back. Play is stopped.
I mean, Will Powers just getting in the ball there and a little bit of contact afterwards, for the foul there, for the Prep restart. It's been a pretty contested so far. We've seen both teams, there's been some good link-up play individually, in these tight areas along the sidelines. But we've also seen a lot of, a lot of deep ball play so far. A lot of, I don't know if kick and run is necessarily the term by any means, but just trying to look to loft up there for your strikers to cause something to happen. And we see that a lot in PCL play in general.
Now we see Franny Seaman. Big kick. Up for contention. Prep loses it. LaSalle boots it downfield. Potential of something here. Ball up and down the wing. Will Vogel wins a header. Ball's in contention right now. Getting bobbled around. Noah Pop comes out with it for St. Joe's Prep. Good ball down the line. Stopped. St. Joe's Prep holding possession. Somewhat. Ball's staying in contention a lot right now. A lot of headers going on in the middle of the field. Timmy Comey switching the field here. Another header. Won by LaSalle. If I'm so bad, which I am.
But I don't want to.
Well, right, so then you have no right to hate on me.
Yeah,
okay. We have a stoppage in play here.
Are we ready? Yeah, I got you. Are we back? Oh, yeah, so we are back. So a little apologies there for the technical difficulty on our part. Not best Wi-Fi coming in through here, but we are back. Still 0-0 game so far. 33 minutes left to play in this first half of this PCL semifinal matchup.
Yeah, LaSalle getting ready to take a free kick here. Every single player on their team in St. Joe's Prep half. They seem to be a very attacking team at the moment. Ball in, headed out by St. Joe's Prep. Ball now in contention between Liam Waldron and Liam Conahan. Ball getting bobbled around. Still in St. Joe's Prep half. Now Noah Pop running forward with the ball. He has space. Coming down the right flank. Sends a ball. Nodded away. LaSalle now working down their left flank. Switching it. Now back at their back line. They seem very content with this recently. Just moving the ball around. Keep St. Joe's Prep running. Tire them out. Seems like their game plan.
Yeah, LaSalle so far really just playing a lot of possession football and doing a very good job.
Yeah, now LaSalle, big ball down the left line, and unfortunately just goes out of bounds. Now St. Joe's Prep throw in. St. Joe's Prep throws in down the line. Ball in contention, and it's now out for a LaSalle throw in.
It's a little bit unfortunate there. Noah Pop just a little late to that ball. It's the right idea, though.
It was the right idea. Find Liam Waldron, get his head on it. LaSalle throw in, won over by St. Joe's Prep quickly. A lot of ball in contention again in the middle of the park. Now LaSalle out to their right flank, keeping the ball around the back line, just moving it around. Now, good pass up into the midfield. Okay, LaSalle moving the ball down their left flank now, looking for a cross. Working down the line, blocked by St. Joe's Prep, and it goes out for a LaSalle throw-in.
Yeah, I think, we keep mentioning these LaSalle kind of, playing around the ball a little bit there in their own defensive half. You wonder what that's going to mean for the St. Joe's Prep press. Are they going to continue to bring guys up, or are they going to drop back and let them have the ball? Because we are at a 0-0 game so far, so you don't know.
Yeah, no, it'll be an interesting choice that St. Joe's Prep will have to make here. And a probable foul here, and it will now be a LaSalle free kick right outside of St. Joe's Prep's box, but to the side.
Yeah, the captain, Ryan Shanka, with a big touch to the outside, and Noah Pop a little late on the challenge. It looked like he might have jumped into that extension there a little bit, but drawing the foul in a very dangerous area here for the Explorers.
Yeah, now St. Joe's Prep, the first time this game is now going to be stuck in their box. being forced to defend across here. It's going to be difficult.
Set pieces, a thing that we really see the Prep very proficient in overall.
Yes, they are.
Hopefully the
Cross comes in. Ball back post and just over the net. It will go out for a St. Joe's Prep goal kick.
Yeah, you know, Reno, from my ankle, it looks like that went in for a second. You know, hanging off the back netting. But a good attempt overall.
Yeah, AJ, I thought the same. I thought we were about to get hyped for a second. See a good goal in the first 10 minutes of the game. Franny Seaman boots the ball down the field. Liam Waldron with the ball here. Holding. Lasalle wins it in the middle of the park. St. Joe's Prep wins it back, now on their right flank. Fighting to keep the ball here, and it goes out for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of hold-up play from these forwards here for St. Joe's Prep. Liam Waldron with a nice little croquette there to create some space just a moment ago. Been a trademark of that offense so far.
Yeah, it seems to be their game plan is get the ball up to the guy up top, pass it around. Oh, St. Joe's Prep now has a free kick instead of a throw-in. I'm not exactly sure of what happened there, but call got changed. Now lining up to take the kick in LaSalle's half. It's a ball in around the 6-yard box and just goes over everybody, and it's a St. Joe's Prep free kick, actually. Corner kick.
Yeah, Henry Landgraf there looking for the back post. I thought it was a pretty good delivery, all things considered. You know, producing this corner here. We mentioned them earlier on these set pieces, kind of like, you know, Arsenal a little bit. We're going to watch what that's kind of had to plug the club there. We're going to see what this will produce here for Timmy Comey.
Timmy Comey puts the ball into the box. Pressure on the keeper.
Oh!
The goal for St. Joseph's Prep.
And it is
Liam Waldron. The header around the 6-yard box to the top center of LaSalle's net, and St. Joseph's Prep goes up 1-0 with 28 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah, Rena, what did I just say about those set pieces? A little like the Arsenal in there. I'll plug one more time, but Liam Waldron very opportunistic there, getting up to the ball. Just really looked like he kind of beat the keeper there to the high point. Just a good soft little header right there. It's very easy to overhit those, but it was a great job with control to just poke it over.
Yeah, it was a lovely cushioned header.
Absolutely.
For Liam Waldron. Now LaSalle kicking off. Boots the ball down their left flank, and it's just going to go out for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in here down their right flank in their half.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I understand the hoof it and run approach, but it is a PCL one. We've mentioned a lot of ball contention, especially in the air. That is also a PCL trademark, is headers back and forth in about the center circle. You know, we do see those a lot, and we will continue to see these.
And I will continue to note them, AJ. Ball goes out here for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in.
Coach Mack there.
Coach John Mack getting in on the action here.
Coach Johnny Mack makes a little play there with that ball bouncing out on the sidelines. Love to see it.
St. Joe's Prep with a throw-in down the right flank. Ball in contention in the middle again. In St. Joe's Prep's half. Ball goes out here for a LaSalle throw-in.
Yeah, Serena, we mentioned that press earlier. I think we're going to expect to see that drop off a lot now with this lead. We see Noah Pop now hanging out at the striker spot.
Yeah, they're going to keep this rotation going steady, hopefully. LaSalle with the throw-in into St. Joe's Prep box. Unlucky first touch. Good clearance by St. Joe's Prep back out to LaSalle's back line. And LaSalle once again holding it now in their back line. Big ball up. Ball's going to go out here. Oh, Franny Seaman keeps it in, and it is currently Franny Seaman's ball.
Not finding that final pass, LaSalle are yet.
The ball now down the line for St. Joe's Prep. Gives it away in their own half. LaSalle now moving the ball around in their midfield. And back to their back line again. LaSalle just moving the ball around again. Holding possession. Making St. Joe's Prep run for the ball here. St. Joe's Prep getting caught out here. Maybe they might be leaving a pocket space, and there it is. LaSalle now with the ball in their midfield. Working to their left flank. Good ball in. Cleared away by St. Joe's Prep again. Recovered by LaSalle again. And LaSalle now with the ball around St. Joe's Prep's 18. St. Joe's Prep trying to get rid of it here. And they are going to keep it down their own left flank now. St. Joe's Prep keeping the ball in their midfield. working it around. A nice 1-2 there between Ethan Smith and Dom Quilet, but it does not get them very far.
Oh, great turn there.
Unlucky to get no call there.
Better tackle there from Ethan.
Noah Pop now chasing this LaSalle defense again. LaSalle still very comfortable keeping the ball here. Feeling no pressure. Now on their left flank, still at their back line. Now moving into their midfield 3. Now into their front third. Nice tackle by Will Powers.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot for this prep defense. Really denying the pass before it's even there. Not letting the attacker even get that first touch.
I agree. Noah Pop now chasing. LaSalle again keeping the ball in their back line here. They seem very comfortable here. Again, Liam Conahan on the ball. Now LaSalle moving forward, trying to get a split pass to their front third. Now Timmy Comey with the ball in the midfield for St. Joe's Prep, coming forward with a head of steam. St. Joe's Prep keeping the ball in their midfield now. Now in their back line. Ball booted down the line, won over by LaSalle. Ball now in contention for a header. LaSalle can't get it away. Stays in the midfield here, still in contention, and now LaSalle recovers to their back line. LaSalle moving the ball around their back line again. Looking to go forward early this time.
Yeah, and there's another instance of that short, long pattern by LaSalle. You know, connecting with the midfielder, going back, and really just sending it long in there, trying to cause something over the top. I mean, we've seen it not work to too much effect so far. To a lot of credits to this St. Joe's Prep back line.
Yeah, this St. Joe's Prep back line is winning every ball that comes into them right now. Now St. Joe's Prep working the ball down their left flank, gives it away. They have it in their midfield at the moment, and a big boot by Nathan Zagraficus. Ball goes out here for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in in LaSalle's half on St. Joseph's Prep's left flank.
Some youth coming in for the Prep here. We see Chris Bryan stepping in at the top of the key, and Ryan Smith as well coming in, younger brother of senior Ethan Smith.
Yeah, we'll see how these subs do here. It'll definitely bring a lot of energy for them. St. Joe's Prep waiting to throw the ball in.
Ryan Smith, a member of the all-rookie team for the PCL this year.
Very, very impressive for him. He's had a great season coming off the bench here for St. Joe's Prep. He's been a real spark for them.
Absolutely.
St. Joe's Prep still waiting to throw the ball in here.
Just like his brother, actually, same path on the freshman team as a freshman, straight up to varsity as a sophomore.
Yeah, St. Joe's Prep throws the ball in here. Chris Bryan just checking into the game, holding the ball down their left flank. LaSalle carrying the ball down their right flank, and the ball goes out for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in in their own half. Throwing down the left line. Won by LaSalle. LaSalle now coming forward. Great tackle there by Will Vogley in the midfield. Now we have Timmy Comey working the ball around the midfield. And the ball goes out here for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in LaSalle's half.
That's a pretty good ball right there from Dom Collette, looking for Chris Bryan on that wing, trying to get him out into that space on that left flank, maybe looking for a cutback there afterwards. Good attempt.
Evan Hoffman throws the ball in now, looking for Chris Bryan again, goes out for another St. Joe's Prep throw-in. And really the same spot as last time.
Jack Joseph stepping onto the field. Some call him the enforcer, coming in at the left wing right there.
Another sophomore here. We have a lot of sophomore action going on here for St. Joe's Prep.
A lot of sophomore, a lot of junior action for this Prep team, you know. It's looking great, built for the future.
Additionally, 3 substitutions here for LaSalle. Now St. Joe's Prep throwing in. Jack Joseph goes down, and it is a LaSalle throw-in apparently off of Jack Joseph.
It is a LaSalle foul.
It is a foul on Jack Joseph here. My bad.
It's the enforcer.
Making himself known early.
You love to see it.
Let him know you're there.
Absolutely.
Big boot down the line for LaSalle. Ball's up in the middle for a header. Won by Will Powers, but LaSalle seems to keep it here. Now moving down their own left flank. St. Joe's Prep wins the ball. Boots it back to LaSalle's back line again. Liam Conahan being chased by 3 St. Joe's Prep players right now. Liam Conahan's keeping cool, keeping the ball, now working it around again.
Yeah, Conan really just kind of setting the tempo for this LaSalle offense. Uh-oh.
Heavy press here by Chris Bryan. Well worked there by Chris Bryan to earn a St. Joe's Prep throw-in.
Yeah, anyways, as I was saying, just, setting that tempo for LaSalle, slowing them down, but St. Joe's Prep press really starting to frustrate the Explorers just a little bit so far. I mean, we saw right there with that, I got a throw-in down the corner.
Starting to pay off. It's those fresh legs for them. Now St. Joe's Prep a throw-in into LaSalle's box here, looking for someone to get their head on it, and it's cleared away by LaSalle. Ball in St. Joe's Prep's half. Will Powers and Franny Seaman working the ball around, being pressed by number 13, Jan Axum. St. Joe's Prep working the ball around their midfield now, trying to work up. They lose the ball in their midfield, though. And a big tackle there by Ethan Zagraficus to get the ball out, and Ethan is down right now.
Looks like he caught a little, if I were to guess, a little stud on the ankle there. Very aggressive, coming in very hot on that. I mean, that's soccer that I love to see, personally.
LaSalle working the ball around their back line again. Heavy press by St. Joe's Prep right now. LaSalle always just finding the open man, though. Ooh, great move there to get themselves down the right flank here. And the ball goes out in St. Joe's Prep's half for their throw-in.
I think that's the right move there, looking for the 1-2, just ankle not fully locked, I guess.
1-2's always the right move.
I agree.
Ball down the line here for St. Joe's Prep. Jack Joseph on the ball. Ball in contention down the left flank, and the ball goes out for a LaSalle throw-in.
It's a pretty even contest so far, all things considered. The Prep definitely having more of their share of offensive opportunities in the last 10 minutes, though.
LaSalle now down there. Oh, and the ball goes out of bounds for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in down their left flank again. St. Joe's Prep waiting to throw the ball in here. Henry Landgraf checking back into the game for Ryan Smith. Evan Hoffman, ball down the left flank here. Chris Bryan now chasing the ball. Ball goes out again for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in. Evan Hoffman again throwing the ball in here. Down the left flank again to Jack Joseph this time. Jack Joseph looking to turn, loses control of the ball, and it will be a LaSalle throw-in in their own half.
Yeah, Jack Joseph, the sophomore, trying to make it work himself there, but just a little unfortunate on the touch there. I mean, he did have 2 on him anyways.
Yeah, I mean, kid needs options, you know. LaSalle working the ball on their right flank. Now again, finding Liam Conahan working the ball around their back line. St. Joe's Prep really starting to press now. It's about a 1-to-1 ratio now with this press.
Yeah, Coach McIntyre wants his guys.
And a huge tackle there for LaSalle. Great slide tackle by Liam Conahan for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in.
Yeah, Coach McIntyre wants his guys incredibly tight to their man. He wants absolutely no space to deny as many passing opportunities as possible. We saw that from the back line earlier, but that is even moving up towards the forwards now.
Big throw in here for St. Joe's Prep. Into the box. Won over by LaSalle, though. St. Joe's Prep keeping the ball in LaSalle's half, though. And now working the ball around their back line as well. And a big boot there by Will Powers down the line. And LaSalle's going to let that roll out for a throw-in.
Yeah, Will looking to probably just relieve a little bit of pressure there, kind of reset and flip the field.
No, it was a smart defensive decision on his half. LaSalle throwing down their left flank now. Trying to keep the ball here, surrounded by St. Joe's Prep bodies right now. Still keeping the ball. Working around, won over by St. Joe's Prep. LaSalle keeps it in their midfield, though. Now on the ball is Brady Donovan on their right flank.
The Prep now really sitting in here. We're seeing all 10 guys back behind the third line.
Oh, man, talk about Arsenal. St. Joe's Prep seems like they might have watched their game yesterday for film. Huge tackle there by Ethan Zagraficus.
Again.
Great slide tackle. And now there's a LaSalle throw-in in St. Joseph's Prep half near their box. LaSalle changing throwers now. shaping up here to have a huge throw in into St. Joe's Prep's box. Here comes the throw, and it's a little short, and it's going to go out for a St. Joe's Prep goal kick.
Yeah, it looked like the idea there was a front post flick on to a couple guys waiting on the backside, but balls didn't really quite make it there.
Another St. Joe's Prep substitution. Dominic Quala comes back in here for Chris Bryan. St. Joe's Prep now trying to boot the ball down their right flank, and it goes out for a Lasalle throw in St. Joe's Prep's half.
Yeah, just like Lasalle earlier, a little bit of short, long there, but just not connecting on that big ball over to Dom Quallette was the intended target, I want to say.
I believe you mean Liam Waldron.
I do mean Liam Waldron.
LaSalle now looking to throw the ball in. Possibly looking to throw it into St. Joseph's Prep box again. A big throw into their box. A nice nod on there and cleared away by St. Joseph's Prep. Only to the top of their 18 though. A great goal line clearance by Will Vogel, and it bobbles in for LaSalle. It is now 1-1 with 15 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, a lot to digest there. A good clear initially from, I think it was Ethan got in there first. Ball comes back. And Vogel, I think Will Vogel cleared that. Looked like it just went straight up in the air, and then Franny went down to make the save, so he's on the ground and trying to get up in time, and just the header beat it there. That's an unfortunate one if you're the Prep. There's not a ton you can do about that, all things considered. That's just a couple unfortunate bounces. I imagine the guys will.
And a fantastic PCL style throw in.
That too. 2 PCL style goals, PCL style throw in.
This is the PCL after all.
Some could say. That's a little bit of a late hit there, absolutely. No intent to play the ball there.
The St. Joe's Prep free kick now immediately following their kickoff. A quick free kick here. Now Timmy Comey trying to work the ball around their midfield with Ethan Zagraficus. And the ball is now going to roll out for a LaSalle throw-in in their corner.
It's a pretty good job there establishing position for Brady Donovan. You know, it's not almost as much about getting the ball as it is just making sure that you're keeping, well, shielding the man away.
Chase Young. Time of the goal, 15:21 left in the first half.
For any of those curious, that goal for LaSalle was scored by Chase Young, class of 26.
And we got what appears to be a free kick outside of the box or a penalty.
It seems to be a free kick outside of the box
yes.
here. Now St. Joe's Prep deciding who to take the kick.
Senior captain Will Powers coming over last, and he is going to be.
I said put Timmy Comey on there. It's true.
Will Powers, the owner of a fantastic free kick goal.
And a double overtime win against Father Judge earlier this year, yes.
Yeah, we'll see if he can produce again.
This seems to be his moment. Will Powers lining up the kick, goes for a shot far post, and it just curls outside the post for a LaSalle goal kick.
Yeah, that was a good take. That was a good take there, trying to beat the keeper to the far post. You can see them trying to put that curl there, just a little bit far out, but a very good take overall. Very controlled, in the right spot as well in terms of power and height wise.
Power. Will Powers?
Yeah.
Oh, goal kick for LaSalle. Grant Kiefner seems like he's gonna have a huge goal kick here. And he puts it into the midfield here. And the ball's going to bobble out to Will Vogel. And the ball is now just getting bobbled around again. No one clearly having the ball at the moment. And now LaSalle again keeping the ball in their back line. A big pass up. And it's going to fall to Franny Seaman again.
Yeah, just a lot of contention there, like we've seen so far in the midfield. You know, just trying to really work it, not necessarily in like in a cheap way, but they're trying to progress through the air, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, now Franny Seaman with a big kick down the line. Ball getting bobbled around in the midfield again. Still a bunch of headers going back and forth at the moment. LaSalle now trying to maintain possession, and they get the ball again to Liam Conahan at the back, who plays a big ball down the right flank up for a header. St. Joe's Prep is going to come out with this ball. Now it's Jack Joseph down the left wing for St. Joe's Prep. Trying to cut into the middle. Gets the side. Doesn't have an option. The box has to turn around and gets lucky with a St. Joe's Prep throw in here.
Yeah, good run there for Jack Joseph. It's just, when he picked his head up on that left side and wants to beat the second man, there weren't too many options there for him to go. So just I think you're fine with the throw in there if you're the Prep.
Jack Joseph off, Noah Pop checking back into the game now.
See another big Evan Hoffman throw here. If I had to predict something.
Probably go right into the South's box right now. Probably
Looking for big
Noah
Noah Pop there. Yep.
Noah Pop with a flick on and cleared away by Liam Conahan with not much stress.
Plenty of time here for Will Powers.
Will Powers starting to be pressured now. Being pressured by William Murphy now. Franny Seaman boosts the ball into the midfield. It's Ethan Smith going up for a header and loses it. Ball getting bobbled around right now. Ethan Smith running through tackles in the midfield. St. Joe's Prep now has the ball in the midfield. Loses it again. It's LaSalle's ball. Being pressed heavy by Dom Qualit, and he commits a foul, and it will be a LaSalle free kick.
I mean, that was one of those kind of 50-50s where it was like, Dom Qualit really making a play on the ball that might have gotten a little bit of the man as well. I mean, that looked like a solid tackle from my point of view, personally. But it's good effort there, really keeping up with the press. Just trying to make it as difficult as possible. It's not even about stealing the ball sometimes. Just making life hard for that back line.
Well, we remember how you played the 6, AJ. St. Joe's Prep now has a free kick down their right flank towards the back, though. Getting ready to take the kick. St. Joe's Prep getting set up. Boosts the ball down the right flank again, looking for their striker in the middle. Gives it away. It's now LaSalle with the ball down their left flank. And the ball goes out for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in. And the ball goes out again for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in.
I almost feel like we're watching the just two exact mirrors, really. I mean, play has been very similar from both sides so far. Very even, not only in contest, but almost in style as well.
Yeah, now LaSalle has the ball at their back, trying to clear it. Doesn't go very far. It's a 50-50 ball here in the middle. LaSalle comes out with it, clears it. Now, St. Joe's Prep trying to recover and trying to hold possession again. But this ball just won't be settled. Now, ball is going to dribble out of St. Joe's Prep's right flank for a St. Joe's Prep throwing. Evan Hoffman waiting to throw the ball in here. Throws it down the left flank again. Ball in contention in the middle. William Murphy coming out with it now. Being challenged by Henry Landgraf, who wins it over. Now St. Joe's Prep knocking the ball around in the middle of the park. And Dom Qualit, unfortunately, gives it away for a LaSalle throw-in.
Not a bad idea there, trying to work off his second touch there. First one off the chest. Just moving the ball quickly as you have to do with this active LaSalle midfield.
LaSalle now with 5 players checking in, 5 substitutions. Now LaSalle throw-in into the middle of the park. A nice turn there by Jonathan San Angelo. And he finds his back line. Now the back line moving the ball around, this time utilizing a midfielder in San Angelo. Now St. Joe's Prep, good press. Timmy Comey wins the ball, and it's Dom Qualit with the ball down the left flank. Looks for a cross and cleared away by LaSalle, and it will go out for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in.
That's great service there from Dom Qualit. No one making that front post run. I mean, a little in front of the rest of the play there. That was a great ball, though.
Yes, it was. And now St. Joe's Prep still in LaSalle's half, still looking to keep the pressure on them here.
Still looking for the pop, I guess.
St. Joe's Prep now taking the ball back to their back line and working it back there, and it will go out again for another St. Joe's Prep throw-in. Another throw-in here into the middle to Tim Comey this time. Tim Comey knocks the ball up to Dom Qualit. Gets intercepted, and it goes out on the interception for another St. Joe's Prep throw-in. Evan Hoffman with the ball down the line. Noah Pop. Almost cleared away by Lasalle. Great block by Dom Qualit, and it goes out for a Lasalle throw in the same spot as St. Joe's Preps. Lasalle again knocking the ball around their back line. Making Noah Pop hustle. Starting to come a little forward here, looking for a long ball down the line. Might get it to go, and it goes out for a LaSalle throw in after knocked out by Will Vogel.
Yeah, I tell you, Reno, one of the benefits of having a school record-holding track star up top, Noah Pop was able to press for a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one thing you're getting with Noah Pop, it's the ability to run and run and run.
And run.
And run, yes. And off a LaSalle throw, and the ball gets headed out for a LaSalle corner kick.
LaSalle sending everyone but a single guy back on this corner here. Could be a potential break opportunity here for the Prep.
For the Prep?
Oh, if they break out here.
Oh, I suppose so.
Because you got the whole team basically sitting in the box. Looks like you got 4 guys standing on Franny Seaman, which is
Franny Seaman asking for help here. Franny Seaman punches it out, but someone gets fouled in the box through all the mess, and it will be a St. Joe's Prep.
I think they're going to call that. Looks like they call that on the 5 guys on interference there.
St. Joe's Prep gives it away off their free kick, and it is now a LaSalle throw-in. St. Joe's Prep wins it into the middle of the park. Noah Pop pressing high. Noah Pop still pressing high. Almost gets the ball. And now Liam Conahan again on the ball at the back. LaSalle knocking the ball around. Making Noah Pop hustle. Knocks the ball up. Ball gets bobbled in the middle, and it will fall all the way back to Franny Seaman.
Very solid from the St. Joe's Prep back line so far. I mean, which is what we've seen all year so far from them. I mean, it's incredibly impressive. And they have been so far.
Franny Seaman with a punt to Dom Qualit. Perfectly accurate. And something called on St. Joe's Prep there. I'm not exactly sure what.
Looks like they're saying there was some hand contact there. Handball on Dom Qualit there, trying to bring that down. I mean, looks like the arm was in natural position. Just unfortunate there.
Now LaSalle kicking their own half. Looking to pack the box here for St. Joe's Prep. Gets the ball in the middle and almost cleared away by Prep, but LaSalle keeping the pressure here down the left flank. It's number 11, Mateo Pontel on the ball. Won by Will Vogel, cleared away, but called out of bounds for a LaSalle ball.
Yeah, good effort there just on the trap in the corner. But just unfortunate little touch out of bounds there. If I were to guess, I think we're going to see a deep throw in to about maybe the penalty spot with a flick on potentially towards the back post, but I
Super insightful of you, AJ.
am no wizard, of course.
Oh, and now the ball goes into around the 6-yard box of St. Joe's Prep, and it's a LaSalle goal once again. Unmarked at the back post, comes in and just puts his foot through it.
Yeah, maybe I am a wizard. That ball did go to about the penalty spot, and it did flick off back, so with this back post.
Maybe, and a huge goal there for John Saravo.
Yeah, I mean, once again, that's just one of those unfortunate ones. I guess that's about communication mainly. If you are the prep, just making sure that you're marking the right guy. A couple unfortunate bounces as well, but an entire half of soccer left to play, and 4 minutes left in this half as well.
Yes, LaSalle now up 2-1 with 4 minutes and 1 second left in the first half.
Got to add the 1 second.
I do have to add the 1 second. Noah Pop waiting to kick off here.
LaSalle goal, number 24, Jack Saravo. Time of the goal, 4 minutes, 1 second left in the first.
St. Joe's Prep waiting to kick off here. Now they get the whistle. St. Joe's Prep knocking the ball around. A high press for LaSalle here. St. Joe's Prep booting the ball up the field, given away. And now LaSalle holding the ball in their midfield. Ball getting bobbled around here. No one really has possession, and there's a foul. And it will be a free kick for St. Joe's Prep.
Yeah, just a little bit of contact there on Will Vogley trying to break through that press.
St. Joe's Prep now after the kick, working the ball around exactly where they were before. Just working the ball here through Tim Comey. Tim Comey tackled here by Mateo Puntel. And a huge tackle there by Will Vogel. I know, but if I get it wrong, that's what it is. St. Joe's Prep keeping the ball in their midfield. Timmy Comey boosts the ball down the left flank for Dom Qualit. Nodded away. Noah Pop now keeping the ball.
Great touch by Ethan Smith there.
Ethan Smith now working through the middle, trying to find Dom Qualit, and a little too much on the pass, and it is recovered by Grant Kiefer.
What about the misdirection there from Ethan Smith, showing his right foot open and then, left foot touch in to that space ahead.
Yeah, it's a great play. Now Grant Kiefner booting the ball down the field, looking to keep pressure on the St. Joe's Prep back line. Now Brendan White winning the ball, playing it down the line, and the ball will get booted out for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in.
Hey, good to see the big junior, Brendan White, filling in at the right wing spot.
Yeah, it is great. St. Joe's Prep now the throw-in down the line. Holding, bobbles back to their midfield, trying to hold it, lose it. Now the ball getting bobbled around again, and the ball goes out the right sideline for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in again. Will Vogel throws it into Tim Comey now. St. Joe's Prep working around their back line. Ethan Zagraficus. Ethan Zagraficus on the ball. Looking for something here, being pressed by two players.
The Explorers bringing
Uses
two
Will
now.
Powers. And the ball goes out for a LaSalle throw-in.
That's why you press.
That is why you press.
Yeah, interesting to see LaSalle bring two forwards up there to press. We haven't really seen much of that yet from the Explorers, but to a lot of success so far, so you wonder maybe they go back to that. Defending the lead, though, at the same time, an interesting decision.
It's an interesting season, but so far for them, it's been a great decision. Now LaSalle throw-in into the St. Joe's Prep box. Nodded over, and it will be cleared away by Dom Qualit. Now LaSalle holding the ball at their back line with about 45 seconds left on the clock. Boost the ball up and won over by Franny Seaman. Fouled in the box, and it will be a St. Joe's Prep free kick.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, attacker's got to play the ball. Keeper's got to come out to the ball. Collisions happen. Always goes to the keeper.
Franny Seaman plays the ball up the field, and there's another foul, and it will now be a LaSalle free kick in the middle of the field.
Yeah, they're going to call push there on Noah Pop. It looked like just a little bit of an extension of the arm. That's what the refs look for. And we saw Noah there. He's trying to create a little bit of space in that congested middle of the pitch.
Clock running down about 10 seconds now while LaSalle gets one final push into St. Joe's Prep's box. Knocked away by Franny Seaman. LaSalle with a shot, and it goes out for a St. Joe's Prep goal kick.
Yeah, good claim from Franny there, and, attempt on the first time. But that is going to be it, I think, for the first half of PCL soccer. At the end of the first half, the LaSalle Explorers lead your St. Joe's Prep Hawks 2-1. It has been a very evenly contested game so far, and we will be back in just a few minutes with our second half of action.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hawk Talk at the half, where the LaSalle Explorers lead 2-1 over to the St. Joe's Prep Hawks for Hawk Talk at the half. I'm Ryan Sullivan, joined by Anthony Sorgi. Anthony, the Hawks are down right now, but they're definitely not out.
No doubt. Coming off a 2-0 win against LaSalle on October 10th, Ryan, St. Joe's Prep was I'd say the pretty heavy favorites heading into this one. But LaSalle, they have responded with 2 goals in this first half, as you all know. Liam Waldron scored early, but the Explorers are locked and loaded, ready to win and get themselves to the PCL title. This is a rivalry. There's no better rivalry in the state of Pennsylvania than the one. None beats the one between these two schools. The hatred, just visceral. The viscerality of this rivalry is unlike any other in this state, Ryan, and that's what we're seeing today. These are two schools that don't like each other, two teams that don't like each other, and this is going to be a very interesting second half as we look ahead to the last 40 minutes.
Yeah, let's start things here with St. Joe's Prep, Anthony, obviously, as I mentioned, and as you can see, down 2-1 against LaSalle. They came into this game, as you mentioned, the heavy favorites, and then, they had the first goal, Liam Waldron, very nice shot in, and then all of a sudden, LaSalle started to take the momentum away. How did the Prep go from the highest of the highs, not to the lowest of the low, but definitely pretty low?
It's LaSalle's offense, Ryan. The way that they're able to just move guys up and really put pressure on Franny Seaman in this Hawks defensive front, especially inside the box. It's been very impressive to see what they've been able to do on their free kicks, on the corner kicks. LaSalle's offense is just forcing the Prep into getting scared and having that anxiety in tight claustrophobic spaces.
Yeah, 100%. And we don't have much time here on Hawk Talk at the half. I have about 3.5 minutes remaining, so we'll move on to LaSalle. As you mentioned, Sorgi, they were the underdogs coming into this game, but they are the back-to-back PCL champions in soccer. How do you think that playoff experience has really brought themselves to where they are at this stage in the game?
Oh, it's huge. St. Joe's Prep is a team that, Ryan, that you know as well as I do, in some ways rose from the ashes of the program that they had 2 years ago. Meanwhile, LaSalle, they're the constant front runners. This is a group of guys that are experienced. They're ready for action. They're ready to win, and that is huge for them tonight being, knowing they've been here before. They know how to win these games. They have shown that thus far in what has been an extremely impressive performance.
And St. Joe's Prep, down 2-1 right now. We've seen them not too many times in a vulnerable position. Normally, they've been the aggressor, the leading team at this sort of stage of the game. We saw them down though against Lansdale Catholic going into the later stages of the second half. But then it was guys like Brendan White and the younger guys, the guys who come off the bench, really bring that energy.
Dom Qualit
to really bring them back into that game. How do you think those guys like Brendan White, Ryan Smith, Chris Bryan, Jack Joseph, and possibly Michael Abrams, if he gets some time in here today, how can they affect the outcome of today's game?
I've said it before, I'll say it again. No team in the PCL has as much energy as St. Joe's Prep. They're young, they're youthful, and they love playing soccer day in, day out. And I think that's what we're going to see in the second half. Coach McIntyre's going to want energy from his guys. You talked about the enforcer, Jack Joseph. You know that he's going to be, trying to play a little bit gritty, a little bit tough, really gritty, and a little bit rough. You look at guys like Chris Bryan. You look at guys, you talked about Michael Abrams, if he can get in there. Dom Qualit as well. You look at him as an upperclassman, but there are plenty of guys on the St. Joe's Prep team that are absolutely spectacular. They are going to bring the energy, and they are going to make LaSalle's life hard in the second half.
Really quick here, just a couple of seconds. How can the Prep get back into the second half?
You can't let LaSalle pressure you on offense. You have to make smart decisions so that they can't get into the box as easily as they have. And for the Prep offensively, you have to play well in transition. You need to take advantage of set pieces when you have them.
I know we have this game to look forward to this second half, but a very big game coming up, Roman Catholic versus Father Judge. That's going to be the other semifinal game. Myself, Anthony Correa, will be on the call for that one. What are your predictions for that one, Anthony?
Talk about bad blood. There is, I think, no matchup with as much bad blood as between those two schools, and that's what you're going to see. Both of these teams want it bad. They are going to be playing their hearts out when we see them play in just a bit.
Your final score prediction?
For Judge Roman?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Roman 3-2.
All right. Well, we'll see. I'm going to be on the call for that, and then we're going to quickly transition to Reno Bianco and A.J. Farrington on the call for second half. I'm Ryan Sullivan, joined by Anthony Sorgi. And actually, they're just going to get on right now, so I'm going to hand over the headset to A.J.
Yes, I am back. Just chatting with old prep soccer player Patty O'Neill, now playing on Father Judge. He will play next against Roman at 6 p.m. But we have a second half of PCL soccer with St. Joe's Prep down 2-1 against the Explorers so far, with the Explorers to tap off.
LaSalle now waiting for the whistle to kick off. Go on, son.
A little bit of delay here.
Just checking on the keepers here.
It's routine.
Making sure everyone's ready. Just your normal daily routine. LaSalle kicks off, and another big boot to the left flank, and the ball's just going to go out again for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in.
Man, I think I've watched that movie like 3 times now.
Something like that, yeah.
Not as good as Fight Club.
It's a great movie.
The best movie, I would say.
LaSalle now working the ball around their back line. St. Joe's Prep press. Sal Carrillo calling in for the first time this game now into the midfield, by the way. Now, Prep with the ball. LaSalle pressing high. LaSalle wins the ball, and a great tackle by Will Powers to get the ball cleared. Not too far, though. And now the Prep trying to work it and tackled again. A lot of tackles right now by Brady Donovan. Ball in the box here. And it's going to be cleared away by St. Joe's Prep.
Yeah, we see this Prep back four really do a lot of covering for each other, and they do a fantastic job at that. If one guy, steps high, a great job pressuring and then balancing as well.
And now the ball getting bobbled around in the middle. And LaSalle's going to come out with it here, and they're going to have the ball on their left flank. LaSalle just holding the ball here, knocking it around. Oh, it's a beautiful split pass. LaSalle with a great 1-2. Number 8, Shea Crawford coming through, finds the middle, and it's cleared away by St. Joe's Prep on a last-ditch effort by Evan Hoffman.
How about Mateo Pincel there with that first touch ball out to the wing?
It was a good pass. Now for LaSalle, a shot from outside the box, and routine save for Franny Seaman again. Oh, a huge move by Dom Qualled off the pass from Franny Seaman to try to get down the left flank. Excellent defending there by Aiden Scotland.
It's a great job at separating the man from the ball there. Really getting in between the two. And then actually, what it looks like he drew a foul, some after-curricular contact there from Dom Qualled.
Apparently. You know what they say. Baller man. Now LaSalle free kick in their own half.
Some people do say that, absolutely.
LaSalle looking to get into the Prep box again here. Looking for the back post. Blocked by Will Vogel. Ball still here, though. And now St. Joe's Prep booting it down the field to Ethan Smith. Looking to hold up a little. Oh, looking to make a move and getting tackled. Now LaSalle with the ball at the back again. Liam Conahan boots the ball down the line. Great header by Will Vogel to make sure the ball doesn't get over his head. And the ball will go out here for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in down their right flank in LaSalle's half.
Yeah, producer Ryan saying we have to tie the game up, and I think I'd have to agree with him there. Absolutely,
Yeah.
a little fist bump as well to go along with it. You love to see
I
it.
do think it would be in St. Joe's Prep's best interest to tie the game. Anytime.
Unfortunate from Liam Waldron there. Wow, sorry. On the touch, just trying to play a little bit of hold up.
And now LaSalle throws the ball down their left flank and knocked out again for a LaSalle throw-in just further down the field this time.
Solid from Will Vogel there on that clearance.
Getting deja vu, AJ. And now another LaSalle throw-in down the flank. Liam Waldron with a header into the middle.
Ooh.
Oh. And now Jack Saravo coming down the line. Great tackle by Will Powers.
Nice little
Keeps the
flick
ball
there.
in bounds as well. Tries to get it down the line, but it gets deflected. And LaSalle will win the ball back. And once again, LaSalle's knocking the ball around their back line. They find Brady Donovan. Brady Donovan's been a huge
Everywhere.
spark for them today.
Look at that, Evan Hoffman all the way up the field.
And now St. Joe's Prep trying to come down their left flank. It's now Dom Qualled on the ball, looking to put a cross in, puts it low, and it gets blocked by, once again, Brady Donovan. Now LaSalle coming down. LaSalle on the counterattack. They have a 2-on-5. St. Joe's Prep has numbers here. LaSalle still trying to make something happen, and the ball will go out for St. Joe's Prep throw in their corner.
Yeah, credit to the prep there for really tracking back. You know, they brought, I mean, these guys are really, really well conditioned. Just getting 6 back, so it ended up being 2-on-6, and, you know, not much going after that.
St. Joe's Prep throw-in does not go according to plan, and LaSalle gets a header, and they will let it roll out for a St. Joe's Prep goal kick.
I would expect a long bomb here.
Franny Seaman with a big boot into the middle of the park again. Evan Hoffman, uncontested, wins the header. Ball's getting contested for around the middle of the park. Now LaSalle working the ball around their back line once again. Finding the middle of the park and then finding their back line again.
High pressure there in the middle from Timmy Comey, and it looks like a LaSalle player has gone down for reasons unbeknownst to me. Oh, just appears to be a routine shoe tie. Never mind, I thought there was a little bit more to it at first, but, you know, the shoes do come untied. As is the laces. Happens to the rest of us.
That's why we have the ability to tie him.
That's
Without the big free kick into the Preps 18. Now LaSalle keeping the ball down the left line. Great tackle by Will Vogel, and it'll be a LaSalle throw-in. Most likely looking to get into the Preps box here.
Yeah, you know, like we've said before many times, probably looking at about a front post throw in there and a flick maybe to the middle or towards that back post. The Prep really pack it in here, though. 2 guys picking up the markers on top, everyone else sitting in the box here.
Big throw into the middle. Ball's getting bobbled around. Ball comes out here. Comes out for a shot outside the 18. He uses a pass instead. LaSalle keeping the ball at the penalty spot, and it's going to be cleared away by Will Vogel. Only as far as Brady Donovan, though. Now LaSalle working the ball. Trying to get right back up there. Just keep the pressure on this Prep back line. And it's working. They're keeping the ball in the midfield now. They're looking to go forward again. Working the ball down their right flank. Now they're dropping it back to their back line.
2 men here on the Prep, on the press for the Prep, rather, and forcing the mistake right
And
there.
The ball goes out for St. Joe's Prep throw-in. Will Vogel waiting for an option to throw the ball in.
Looks like he's going to go long down
And
the
he
sideline.
is going to go long down the sideline. That's new. LaSalle with the ball down the left flank. It goes out for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in again on the right side. Will Vogel with the throw-in down the line again. He finds Sal Carrillo. Sal fighting for the ball here against Ryan Schenko. Wins that fight, but LaSalle manages to get the ball out at last for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in in their own half. Great defending there. Very cautious defending there for LaSalle.
So just, you know, getting that straight out of the way of danger.
Another throw-in down the line. It'll go out this time for a LaSalle throw-in in their own half.
Which will go most likely down the line.
It does go down the line. Now LaSalle have the ball. Now they're working towards the middle. Number 3 for LaSalle, Shea Harrington, goes down, still not coming back up. And now he is back up, and now St. Joe's Prep is working the ball around their midfield. They find Dom Quala on the left flank. Dom Quala looking to take down this left flank and put a cross in.
Ooh.
Starting to work his way through the middle and gets eventually tackled, and the ball gets cleared away.
One guy 2 months for Quad there. He beats the first guy, and he tries to, maybe even beats the second guy, tries to beat the third, and just not there. But another huge tackle there on that side.
Ethan Zagrafkis loves that slide tackle.
Absolutely. I bet his knees probably do not
I'm going to bet they don't.
with this turf and all, but got to play for the badge, as they say.
You got to die for 3 points, as they say.
They do say that. Though instead for this game, we're not fighting for 3 points, rather a spot in the finals for the St. Joe's Prep Hawks, which hasn't come in a while.
This is true. LaSalle looking to go back in their second year in a row, or is this their third year in a row?
I think it's their second year.
LaSalle now working the ball around their back line again. Liam Conahan on the ball, looking to play a big ball up. Gets cut out there by Ethan. Now the ball's going to stay at the feet of Shea Harrington, who now finds Jack Saravo out wide, and his cross gets blocked by Will Vogel.
Good job from Vogel there, tracking back. Staying honest, right? You got to get there, but you got to break down right before because you can't fly in. It's a great job from him fundamentally to break down and get in the way of that cross.
Now LaSalle about to throw the ball in, and I would assume they're going to put this pressure on St. Joe's Prep back line again with throwing into their box.
One can only assume.
Thank you for the insight.
Absolutely.
And
that was, oh, wow.
And the ball gets bobbled around in St. Joe's Prep's 18, falls, and a shot goes wide, and it, with cause for deflection, it will now be a LaSalle corner kick.
Yeah, you know, Reno, I'm not wearing the yellows out there, but it did look like Will Vogel got, the only way I can describe it is horse-collared. We did see two hands and a pull on his neck, and nonetheless, we have a
now LaSalle getting ready for their corner kick. They decide to go low and short, and it gets booted away by Will Powers.
probably a miss hit there would be my guess. Everyone was hard committing on the back post, but I'm not sure.
Shea Harrington puts a ball into the box. Huge save by Franny Seaman from point blank.
Offsides as well, though. That is a fantastic ball. Just low driven, right where it had to be. Just the run was slightly mistimed, and good save for Franny Seaman. As you mentioned, point blank range right there, just keeping his composure in the net.
Franny Seaman now with an indirect kick due to the offsides. He's going to put the ball up into the midfield again. Ball's getting bobbled around in the midfield. LaSalle puts a big ball up, and it's just going to fall to Franny Seaman. Franny Seaman finds Will Powers short. Will Powers finds Will Vogel out wide. Will Vogel now going back to Will Powers. Will Powers holding the ball here, looking for something. He's going to use Evan Hoffman all the way over to his left. Evan Hoffman keeping the ball on the sideline here.
Ooh.
Finds Tim Comey. Tim Comey with a one-touch pass to Liam Waldron. Liam Waldron with a ball out wide to Will Vogel. St. Joe's Prep starting to find some space here. Will Vogel uses Ethan Smith. Uses Will Vogel, and Will Vogel will use Will Powers again. Now St. Joe's Prep keeping the ball at their back line, knocking the ball around here. Looking for something here. Ethan Zagraficus will play a long ball to Dom Qualit. Dom Qualit goes up for the header and loses it, and the ball falls to LaSalle, and it is booted away for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in right outside of LaSalle's box.
Senior Luke Freemuth getting into the contest along with sophomore Chris Bryan. Haven't seen Luke Freemuth yet wearing number 4 and the very high socks.
He does like the high socks to protect him when he slide tackles, I heard. Now St. Joe's Prep keeping the ball in their midfield following their throw-in. Now under pressure with the ball at their back line. Will Vogel trying to keep the ball. He slips up. He loses the ball. Now LaSalle trying to come in on the counterattack. Will Powers with a missed slide tackle, but might be just enough to force them to get the ball out of bounds, and it will be a St. Joe's Prep throw-in in their own corner.
Yeah, we'll put miss in air quotes there. He might have not got it as cleanly as possible, but that did cause the ball to bounce off of the shin of the forward, and in turn, a goal kick here for the Hawks. Roman Catholic of your next game in full warm-ups here so far. Father Judge still kind of hanging out on the bleachers.
They're nonchalant. Now St. Joe's Prep with the ball in the middle. Working the ball around the middle. They find Dom Qualit on the wing. Dom Qualit plays the ball over to Chris Bryan. Putting a lot of pressure on LaSalle's defense, but not enough, and the ball goes out for a LaSalle goal kick.
Yeah, Chris Bryan's working as hard as he could there to get to that ball. It was a pretty strong shield. 26 minutes left in this matchup. About even so far in terms of possession.
Grant Kiefner with a big goal kick up to St. Joe's Prep's back line.
Ooh.
And Ethan Zagraficus handles it up to Chris Bryan, who's now once again putting pressure onto LaSalle's defense. Now St. Joe's Prep, after winning the ball over, trying to get the ball into the box. Great pressure by Dom Qualit, and it almost falls in off a deflection. and it will now be a LaSalle goal kick.
I mean, that would have been an absurd goal there. Qual with a little flick over into the box, and then anticipating the clear, jumps up, gets contact on it, and almost in. Just slightly over the bar there.
Grant Kiefner again with a goal kick. I'm assuming it's going to go far, and it will. Up to St. Joe's Prep's back line. Again. LaSalle now coming forward and handled very well by Will Powers. And he finds Dom Quallett again on this left flank. Dom Quallett looking to make something happen here, but he's covered by two. LaSalle wins the ball. Now they have the ball in the middle. Running through the head of steam. They find an open pocket of space, looking to put a cross in here. Being pressured heavy. Great defense by Evan Hoffman there for St. Joe's Prep. And he blocks the ball out for a LaSalle corner kick.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked a lot about this Prep back four already, and I'll talk about them a little bit more. Just their ability to hold these one-on-one situations. It's really freeing up a lot for the St. Joe's Prep midfield to stay high and to continue this high press when you have your backs like that able to just, really keep up stride for stride with these LaSalle forwards. Very sunny out now.
Apparently. Now LaSalle with a corner kick. Into the middle of the box. Header from Liam Conahan loose. Goes over the net of St. Joe's Prep, and Franny Seaman will have a goal kick.
It's not a power on the header there. Just a little bit high, but a really great attempt. I mean, we saw him climb the ladder a little bit, too, to get there.
Now Franny Seaman goal kick. It's going to go into St. Joe's Prep's midfield here, and they lose the header. Now the Prep trying to keep the ball here. No one can really keep possession, but it does fall to LaSalle's final third here, and they're going to put a cross in, and it's blocked by Ethan Zagraficus again.
Enforcer Jack Joseph just stepped off the pitch.
Big hit by Jack Joseph.
And he has already caused some enforcing, but they're going to call that out on the Prep. Out or a foul, I'm not entirely sure.
I believe it was a foul.
I think you let him play on.
Based off the hit I saw, I do believe it was a foul.
I think you let him play on.
Oh, you're not in yellow, so.
I'm technically in red.
Now is a LaSalle free kick, looking to put the ball again into the box. They put it towards the back post, and it's just going to fall to Franny Seaman's hands.
Probably going to see a big punt here, trying to catch the Explorers out. And
Franny settles, and he finds Timmy Comey short on the right flank. He's going to use Will Vogel just ahead of him, who's going to use Luke Freemuth just ahead of him. He now plays it back to Will Powers, and the Prep is keeping the ball in their back line. Heavy pressure here, and Franny Seaman almost losing the ball there.
Yeah, very smart pass to himself there.
Blocked heavy by C.J. Dan there, but lucky to get the ball to bounce back to him. Now the ball goes out after the Prep bobbles it around their midfield for a LaSalle throw-in.
Yeah. Few in numbers, but very loud. This LaSalle side across the way from us. Really starting to hear them now. Getting into it with about 20 or so minutes left in this contest.
Now St. Joe's Prep trying to work the ball down their left flank. The ball will go out for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in.
St. Joe's Prep free kick, that is.
Kick now.
Thinks a little, might have called the extension there earlier.
St. Joe's Prep with a big ball to the top of LaSalle's 18. Ball getting bobbled around and will come out to a St. Joe's Prep free kick, or throw-in, sorry, to go into LaSalle's box, most likely.
Yeah, I think you got to look for the targets here. Ethan Zagraficus might be the target there on the front post for a flick on.
I'd imagine. Mavoa with the throw into the penalty spot, and it gets nodded away, and it will be a LaSalle goal kick.
Yeah, Evan Hoffman trying to get his head on that one. It was a good attempt. Right power. It's a hard, it's very hard header directionally wise from that angle. But a good attempt nonetheless.
Now LaSalle goal kick. Ball comes up to the same spot as it has been. Now LaSalle trying to get forward here. The ball's in the air. Will Powers trying to win the ball. Ball comes out to Brady Donovan. Looking to put a cross in. Does get a cross in. Cleared away by Ethan Zagraficus, but only as far as LaSalle's midfield. Now looking to work the ball around to another cross. Here's Brady Donovan on the ball. Puts a cross in on his weak foot and cleared away by Will Vogley. LaSalle still keeping the pressure, though. St. Joe's Prep cannot get rid of the ball right now. And the ball will go out for a LaSalle corner.
It was an interesting shield there. Didn't look like he was, I don't know, he didn't really seem very close to the ball at all, honestly. But, I guess not to the officials on the field. Maybe it's just my angle. Granted, I cannot see very well due to the presence of the sun directly in my face.
Oh, tell me about it. I'm sitting right next to you, AJ.
If anyone is listening and also in the area and they have sunglasses, I am not opposed to the favor.
Nor am I. LaSalle looking to put a cross in after their corner, going short. Ball falls. Ball goes in back post, and the ball gets left untouched. And it goes out for a St. Joe's Prep goal kick.
It was a pretty good delivery there. It's about a almost looked like a little bit of a knuckleball there, going just kind of fluttering in over the middle of the penalty spot, but there's no LaSalle player there to claim it.
Grady Seaman puts the ball up towards the left, towards Jack Joseph. Joseph goes up for the header, and he gets it to fall. And it will go out for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in. Evan Hoffman looking to put the ball down the line here. He does to Jack Joseph. Jack Joseph loses the header this time. Ball goes into the middle where Timmy Comey wins a header. And LaSalle finally gets to clear it towards St. Joe's Prep's back line. Now LaSalle trying to put on pressure. Will Powers keeping calm here, using Franny Seaman as a drop pass. Franny Seaman puts the ball up towards Ethan Smith towards the half line. Now LaSalle comes out with the ball, looking to put the ball onto the right wing, and Evan Hoffman wins it. Evan Hoffman puts the ball up to Liam Waldron, who puts the ball out to Jack Joseph. Jack Joseph trying to cut in here. He finds Timmy Comey. Timmy Comey slips and loses the ball.
That could have been a break there. I mean, there's plenty of space for the switch ball there on the right, but Timmy Comey just loses his footing there. We've seen that happen a lot, players losing their footing on this turf.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta think, like, is the turf the best decision? And the ball comes out, and it will be a St. Joe's Prep throw-in. Dom Quat looking to make a fast throw-in here. Tries to put it over the top to Chris Bryan, but the header is won by Ryan Schenko. LaSalle now gets to clear the ball out for a St. Joe's Prep throw-in. Will Vogel also looking for Chris Bryan here down the line, and Chris Bryan with a foul, and it will be a LaSalle free kick in their own half.
The senior captain, Shea Crawford, there, a little slow to get up. Just Chris Bryan, a little bit of extension there, both fighting for that ball in the air. And the significantly larger Chris Bryan just getting away. Can't get away with the little extension there. I mean, you usually try for it a little bit, but sometimes, it doesn't hang for you.
LaSalle's free kick comes in, and Will Vogel boots it away, and it will be another LaSalle throw-in, this time further up the field.
Hasn't happened yet.
We now have about 17 minutes left to play. St. Joe's Prep now needs to really get something going here. They're going to need a spark. Ryan Schenko for the throw-in. Looking to put it into St. Joe's Prep's box again.
Oh, wow. Oh, my.
Oh
my.
my! Number 3, Shea Harrington.
Oh, wow.
Flicks the ball over a defender on the volley, puts it into the top right corner. Perfect placement. And LaSalle is now up 3-1 with 16 minutes and 30 seconds left to play.
For St. Joe's Prep, you really hope that didn't just, really hope that wasn't the dagger, if you will. But that was a phenomenal play there. Tracking the bouncing ball, first touch in, and just juggling around, and a great hit for Shea Harrington.
Time of the goal, 16:36.
This goal coming with 16 minutes and 36 seconds left in the game.
It's a fantastic goal by Shea Harrington.
It was a fantastic goal. We are students of St. Joe's Prep, but we have to give credit where credit is due.
Now St. Joe's Prep committing a foul in the middle of the park. It's going to be a LaSalle free kick.
Speak of Shea Harrington, he seems to be screaming at someone's back. Not entirely sure what is behind that, but Will Vogel's getting called for the arm up there on the header. I mean, it's human nature. You know, you go in for a challenge header, your arm's going to chicken wing up a little bit. It's a really hard one to fight, and can't really blame him too
putting
much.
the ball again into St. Joe's Prep's box. Cleared away by Tim Comey. But not going too far, only as far as about the circle. Tim Comey still working here. Ethan Smith on the ball. Ethan Smith looking for Dom Qualla. It gets cut out, though, by Liam Conahan. And Ryan Schenko is going to clear it away for LaSalle. Away to Ethan Zagraficus, who finds Will Vogel now for St. Joe's Prep. Will Vogel trying to get the ball down the field. Ball slips through. It's going to be Liam Waldron looking to put a cross in. Liam Waldron trying to work down the line. Excellent defense by Ryan Schenko, and it goes out for a St. Joe's Prep corner.
Ryan Schenko looking for a foul there on Liam Waldron, but not given. And we see another one of these very dangerous St. Joe's Prep corners. See what Dom Quallett can deliver here.
He's going to need to deliver an assist.
Is what he needs.
Ball's up, and it goes out for a waiting on the call. A St. Joe's Prep corner kick again.
So we might need to get the VAR on this one.
The what?
The VAR.
Tom Glad's corner kick comes in, puts it onto the keeper, but it gets cleared away, and it goes out for a LaSalle goal kick. Greg Keebner puts the ball up towards St. Joe's Prep's back line now. The ball falls to Jack Joseph now. Jack Joseph trying to work his way into the middle. LaSalle comes away with the ball. It's now a 2-on-2. Now a 1-on-1 between Jack Saravo and Ethan Zagraficus. Ethan Zagraficus is beat. Jack Saravo is through, and it's a great block on a recovery by Will Vogel.
Yeah, that was just a phenomenal recovery there. I think that was Henry Landgraf there
It is Henry Landgraf.
on the recovery. Ethan, just getting stepped a little bit there, but fantastic job from Henry to really work back from his spot and make a really goal-stopping tackle.
Yes, it was. Now LaSalle with a corner kick, trying to extend their lead.
LaSalle this time, 4 guys back.
Puts the ball. Liam Conahan gets his head on the ball, and it goes over the net again. And it will be a St. Joe's Prep goal kick.
With 13 and a half minutes left in this contest. Very
Franny's-
loud from the...
Franny Seaman going short to Henry Landgraf. Henry Landgraf up to Will Vogel.
Oh, and there's
Will
another
Vogel's down.
slip.
Will Vogel's looking for a foul. He does not get it, though.
I think the turf monster ate him again.
LaSalle working the ball forward. And the ball's going to fall to Franny Seaman in his box. Franny Seaman with a big punt up the field. It's going to get taken away by LaSalle with ease. St. Joe's Prep trying to keep the ball in, and it's 1 over. And Jack Saravo's trying to cut in here. It's a 2-on-4. St. Joe's Prep in favor. Jack Saravo's going to take it on his own, and it just goes wide of the net for a St. Joe's Prep goal kick.
Yeah, I mean, with a 2-on-4 there, like you mentioned, not much else you can do. It looked like it was a pretty solid shot from our point of view back here.
Yeah, he almost clipped that bottom corner. Franny Seaman going to put the ball to the left flank, looking for Noah Pop. Noah Pop wins his header. He flicks it over to Liam Waldron, and that ball is
Gone.
It is not gone. It is in the field. Apparently.
It's thundered clear.
Evan Hoffman wins the ball back for St. Joe's Prep. He finds Noah Pop on the wing. Noah Pop working with Will Powers, who just moved into the midfield.
Yeah, we've seen this a few times from the Prep in these must-win scenarios, pulling Will Powers up from the back line, switching into a 3-4-3, if I am not mistaken.
I don't think you are.
That's good.
Now a Prep free kick. Loading up into the box of LaSalle. Henry Landgraf with a big ball into the middle, and it is won by Lasalle and cleared away by Shea Harrington.
Great.
The Prep keeping the ball in LaSalle's half right now, trying to keep the pressure up. Big clearance away, and it's going to fall all the way back to Franny Seaman.
Yeah, you think this ball is going to go straight back to where it came from.
It will.
And it will.
Franny Seaman keeping the ball at his feet right now, looking to play to William Waldron. Short.
William Waldron all the way back, out at right back.
Waldron making a run up, and he just hits Will Powers with his pass, and it's going to go out for a LaSalle throw-in.
That's incredibly unfortunate right there.
LaSalle making a sub. Holding their throw.
Probably going to expect them to hold their throws now for a while, as long as possible.
They're going to try. Ryan Chenko puts the ball down the wing. He finds number 21, William Murphy, now just putting pressure on the Prep back line.
Oh, no, Pop slips again.
I think the turf monster got him. Now it's William Murphy pressing Franny Seaman, and Franny holds onto the ball. He's going to waste no time getting this ball back up the field.
Great
Even
play.
Smith putting pressure.
And looks
No
like
pop.
looks like
Now
there's a hit in the
laying
back
off
there.
to Liam Waldron. Liam Waldron taking the ball down the left flank. Looking for something here. Tries to put a cross and unfortunately gets blocked and cleared away by Liam Conahan.
St. Joe's Prep with looks like 8 of their 10 guys just up inside that that final third of LaSalle, which is, at this point in this must-score scenario, what you have to do.
Yeah. Now LaSalle with the ball on their right flank. Still not really letting up with this pressure on the Prep. Still just keeping the same game plan. Now it's Dom Quala on the ball near LaSalle's 18. Cutting into the middle. Plays the ball wide to Noah Pop. Noah Pop trying to cut back in from the left flank, and he gets tackled, and the ball goes out for a Prep throw-in.
All right, we're going to see what I'm only going to guess is a throw-in to the penalty spot with a flick to the back post. We see Noah Pop lining up near front/medium.
Ball comes in, and it's cleared away. Ball only falls to Henry Landgraf, though. He seems to be lining up for a shot. Fakes a shot. Gonna look for a pass out wide now. Doesn't use it. He's gonna go for it from afar, and that was not the shot.
It wasn't a terrible attempt. Henry Landgraf, I mean, we've seen him take these long attempts many times, so he's been very accurate on some of those. So, not a bad attempt by any means.
No, it was not.
Many times I've given him a back pass that he's fired, and he scored on some of them. So
He does have a great long ball / long shot. Now St. Joe's Prep is going to have a free kick in the middle of the park after a foul committed on the goal kick. Henry Landgraf going to take it again, looking to put the ball far into LaSalle's box. Header won by Will Powers, but lands right in the hands of Grant Keifner.
yeah, no follow-up there on that flick. Just hoping for a lucky bounce or two to get you back into this game if you are the Prep. Our game clock reading 8 minutes exactly.
LaSalle wasting no time coming back forward. Ethan Zagraficus with another big slide tackle to knock the ball out of bounds, and it is going to be a LaSalle throw-in. LaSalle throws the ball in now. They're hanging around the Prep's 18, but off to the right side. Most likely looking to put a cross in here. Starting to cut in. Looks for a drop ball. Cut out by Will Powers and cleared out by Will Powers. But LaSalle wins a header in the midfield, and they're coming back forward again. Takes a shot. Saved by Franny Seaman. Routine save. And play is stopped due to a man down.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk strategy here. 7 minutes left. You want to, yeah, it might be another routine shoe tie. You know, those do happen. But clock is stopped, so no tying of shoe will matter very much here, it seems. Or it looks like we got a little cramp stretch out there. How legitimate that is, it's not mine to say.
You're right. It's not yours to say. So just waiting to put the ball back into play here.
Like I mentioned, though, the clock is stopped, which is a great sign if you are the Prep here. Looking for a few great signs. Hopefully a Lucky bounce and a goal.
Franny Seaman just taking the ball up on his own right now. Still not using anybody. Now he's going to put the ball up right around LaSalle's 18. Dom Qual's going to pass it back to Will Vogley. Will Vogley's going to put a ball in back post, and it's going to land right in the hands of Grant Keifner.
And once again, you're just trying to force the issue there. You know, setting the ball in the box. Maybe a head gets on it. Maybe the keeper makes a mistake. Maybe there's a miscue. Something of that nature, but
LaSalle puts the ball back into play here. The ball's going to go right back to St. Joe's Prep's back line. LaSalle's just going to keep the ball, just keep pressing them. A high press, and it is 4-1 to LaSalle.
yeah, we talked about Lucky.
A goal by number 11, Mateo Puntel, off of pressing Ethan Zagraficus, poking the ball between his legs, getting a tackle, and then sliding it past Franny Seaman near post.
Yeah, Reno, you know, the two of us just talked about lucky bounces in the Preps fashion, but we just saw the other side of the coin right there. That's a good bounce for the Explorers. And just a little touch, that's all you really need just to get around. And 4-1 now for the Explorers. Not looking the greatest.
No, it is not. St. Joe's Prep just going to kick off here. Back to Henry Landgraf, who's going to try to boot the ball, and Mateo Puntel blocks it. But, I mean, he's going to feel that.
Yeah.
Ball falls to Franny Seaman, who's going to put the ball upfield here. Will Vogley fighting for it, still trying to get a ball into the box. And the ball goes out for a LaSalle throw-in.
See a couple guys, a little bit of movement here on the bench. Declan Hardy and Luke Freemuth at the halfway mark, getting ready to check in.
Going to school with this guy for 4 years, I can tell you. I know this student section's going crazy for Declan Hardy right now.
Declan Hardy, a fan favorite.
Some might say it's a party for Hardy.
We see Massimo Albert and Chase Massanova as well. We got a bunch of St. Joe's Prep seniors checking into the game now. Looks like Massimo Albert will be stepping in at left back.
I wonder where Massimo Albert is right now.
Massimo Albert.
And there he is.
Stepping in at left back. Chase Massanova appears to be stepping in at right back. We see Declan Hardy filling in at striker, and Luke Freemuth playing what appears to be center defensive mid-roll.
LaSalle now about to throw the ball in. Going down their left flank. Now the ball falls to Will Powers, who's going to use Luke Freemuth. Luke Freemuth with a nice move in the middle, a nice Maradona in the middle to get into some space. Now looking to get the ball back, and he does. Now he's going to look to Massimo Albert out wide. It's a great tackle, and the ball will go out for a Prep throw-in.
Fantastic tackle there. Oh, it's going to be a called foul.
Yeah, they do call a foul.
Yeah. Might want to look for the tall stature of Noah Pop here on the back post. We'll see where Luke Freemuth goes with the ball.
Difficult to miss.
Oh.
And it lands in the hands of Grant Keifner.
Not a bad attempt. Looks like he was looking for about that penalty spot ball, but like you said, Grant Keifner with a great claim there. He's being forceful in his box.
Grant Keifner punts the ball up, lands to their Prep's back line here. Franny Seaman's going to put the ball right back upfield, looking for Dom Qualit, and it gets cut out in the midfield, and the ball goes out for a LaSalle throw-in.
Yeah, you know, the second meeting not really going the same as the first one, I think it's safe to say. But I think that really speaks to just, you know, the sport as a whole. A couple bad bounces can really change the complexion of a game. That bad bounce, you know, a few minutes ago, and then we talk about the Will
Sure, you
Powers.
can hear that right now. Will Powers just checked out of the game for Ryan Smith.
Maybe the hardest worker on the team, Will Powers. Just really gave it his all this year. Very impressive from the senior. But like I was saying, you know, Reno, it's just a few bounces can really change the complexion of a game of soccer, and we've seen that.
We have seen that today. These teams have played very similarly all game.
Yeah.
The difference was, in the end, how they finished off their chances.
Yeah.
LaSalle did.
A few deflections as well, and changes, you know, like I said, changes a lot. But
St. Joe's Prep Massimo Albert trying to move the ball down the left flank, but he gets tackled, and Ethan Zagraficus commits a foul right outside of his box.
Yeah. Could be a bit of a frustration pull there. Can't say you blame him.
I do not blame him, no. Lasalle about to take a free kick. Looking to put it into Prep's box. They do. Around the penalty spot, it goes out, and it's going to be a Prep goal kick.
Man, the sun is just...
The sun's killer.
The sun is brutal. Few more players check in. Pat Kane checks into the game along with freshman Michael Abrams. Brendan White steps back into the contest.
Tracy puts the ball back into the midfield again. Luke Freemuth wins the header, but the pass gets blocked out. Pat Kane coming in to win the ball, but he does not get there. Great attempt there by Jack Saravo after getting through on goal, but it goes just over the Prep's net, and it will be a Prep goal kick.
Yeah. I will say it's nice to see your seniors and your guys who don't get as much playing time, get some experience. I mean, being able to see that you did play in a PCL semifinal it's a pretty cool thing, It's just a nice thing to see overall as a silver lining for the Hawks.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time in a while they've had this privilege.
Absolutely.
So you know it's going to mean a lot for this team going further.
Yeah, and we talked about the youth on this team. I mean, just going forward, job's obviously not finished. Not job is this year, but in just like a long-term kind of sort of way. But a very great season from the Hawks overall. Very impressive. And this is an incredibly good league as Luke Freemuth clears that cross away.
LaSalle
Overall.
keeping the ball in St. Joe's Prep's half still. St. Joe's Prep starting to move the ball forward a little. Well, a series of headers there. Still a series of headers. And now Massimo Albert's going to boot the ball up, and it's going to get deflected out for a throw it. LaSalle's throwing, pressing towards the Preps 18 again.
Interestingly enough, it seems LaSalle has a lot of their starters still on the field.
That is pretty interesting.
I mean, at this point, you don't want to risk any injury for your matchup. And if you are just joining us or joining us semi-recently, folks, as long as nothing completely unbeknownst happens, it will be the LaSalle Explorers versus the winner of Roman Catholic versus Father Judge, which will start in roughly 20 minutes or so.
Chris Bryan coming forward looking for Michael Abrams inside LaSalle's box now. Michael Abrams with a high press. They're going to boot away. It'll be a Prep throw-in near LaSalle's 18.
Chase Massanova on the throw
with the throw-in, and it gets deflected away. Henry Landgraf hustling after the ball in the middle of the park. Ball getting bobbled around in the middle of the park right now. And it goes out for a Prep throw-in. Throw comes into Ryan Smith, who's going to look to use his flank, but he gets a foul call here for a Prep free kick. Ryan Smith's kick comes in around the penalty spot, and it gets nodded away.
Declan Hardy almost there.
And yeah, he fought for it. Now the ball falls to Ryan Smith with about 30 seconds left in the game. The Prep is launching one more attack through Chris Bryan, and now a cross from Ryan Smith to the back post. Almost claimed by Grant Keifner, but he loses it, and the ball will go out for a Prep corner. Michael Abrams to take the corner kick here. Clock still running down, about 7 seconds left now. Ball getting bobbled around LaSalle's box, and that is the game. LaSalle Explorers win 4-1 against the St. Joe's Prep Hawks, and they will advance to the PCL Championship against the winner of Father Judge and Roman Catholic beginning at 6 o'clock here at LaSalle University.
I will say, this was not a 4-1 game in terms of the quality and the disparity between the teams. I mean, this was a very close contest. I think there's nothing. Well, obviously there's.
Final score of the game.
I think it was a very good performance from the Hawks here, playing a very good LaSalle team. And like I said, well, scoreboard does read 4-1. It was a very close contest, like we mentioned earlier in the broadcast. Just a few bounces were really the difference here. The Prep getting the better of the Explorers the first time. The Explorers getting them back the second time. But that's soccer a little bit, right, Reno?
It is. It's pretty unpredictable. Well, thank you for coming and tuning in today, and have a great night.